got Eric Wolf and Jay Lee on the table. Eric Wolf, Jay Lee on the table. On deck,
Jay Lee.
Scott Wynn
Jay Lee.
and Alan Fisher on deck. Scott
Jay
Wynn,
Lee,
Alan
what? Is
Fisher
he an
on
amateur?
deck.
Is this a professional arm wrestler?
I wouldn't say.
Can I beat Jay Lee?
Yes.
Can I crush Jay Lee?
Fat Gary or Gary Now?
Gary Now.
Gary
Bitch
Now
slap
owns
Jay Lee. Own
Gary
him.
Now owns.
May
I've
I?
heard legends
May
about
I
you
please
and
crush
your
him?
fitness levels.
I'm about to challenge you, bro.
You don't want to do that.
I will crush you in any sort of endurance related
Eric
to
Wolf
burpees.
takes it strong, as expected.
Bam.
Boom.
Eric Wolf with the win.
Gary Roberts.
So that doesn't take anything
On
out
the
of it.
table, Alan Fisher and Scott
out of
Wynn.
either one of them, to be honest with you.
On deck, I've got Alan.
I'm really curious to see what kind of lower body strength Jake Smith has if we were to give him something that involves a squat. An air squat, if you will.
I got your squats.
Hey, we're Oceanside CrossFit, so we have to mention some sort of CrossFit up in here. Thanks to Oceanside CrossFit for letting us use their establishment. Alan Fisher. Scott Wynn.
Alan Fisher's been looking good all day. Scott Wynn also looking impressive. Scott Wynn can take this, but he won't. Alan Fisher dominate his hands. If Scott can get him in that hook, it could be a long day for both.
But let me ask you a question. Alan Fisher is getting kind of dinosaur. At one point, he can't be the man he used to be, right?
Whoa.
How much longer can he continue this?
Alan Fisher, I see Alan good 5 years still. I mean, he's really still.
So he's still somebody to fear in the professional world of arm wrestling.
Phenomenal shape. And if you don't fear Alan Fisher, you're fearless.
Can Alan Fisher beat Jake Smith?
No, he can't.
Not anymore. He used to be able to.
He's always owned me.
But not
there were
anymore.
certain spots on the table where I felt comfortable with him. Can he beat me right now? Hell no. I mean, I'll take the challenge of anybody right now.
Well, we're gonna have to take one of these guys and put him in the hot seat after this.
Yeah, that's no problem.
On deck, I've got Jay Lee.
We have this open spot right here.
Okay.
Leach, cut to the open spot. There should be somebody sitting right here to interview. Right here. We'll have somebody here in a moment for you.
All right.
Who's the winner?
Eric Wolf. They're both winning. Eric Wolf's going to whine all day.
You know, Eric Wolf now is going on a couple years with a lung injury. Like, severely.
Is he still injured? Or is he still crying about it?
It doesn't inflate like it should.
Okay, that's a serious issue. And there goes the table. Breaks the table. All right. That happens a lot with Alan Fisher.
Okay, on the table.
We got to fix that.
Gaskin Segoyan.
You probably don't have to fix it until they compete again. Alan's always going to come up with that real hard up pressure. That happens a lot with his matches.
Yeah, practice time.
Look for Vosgen to carve in, side pressure, win.
Vosgen, when the heavier classes, what does he got to do to compete with, you know?
Well, you got to love that with
Fisher
smaller,
size.
more petite arm wrestlers like Vosgen.
You cannot use the word petite
Vosgen is petite.
talking about Vosgen.
Look at the tights he's wearing. That's fine. Vosgen,
Petite?
I don't agree with you.
On arm TV, we're not going to say petite towards any arm wrestler.
We're on Arm TV
No
right
petite.
now. Oceanside CrossFit with Vosgen wearing petite leotards.
Vosgen, come here. How to see? Jake Smith just called you. Jake Smith just called you a petite arm wrestler. I take offense to that. I backed you up. Tell me about this.
What size arm wrestler?
He's joking. But today here I'm the lightest. So
You can't say petite.
I have the
Miniature?
smallest chances to win.
Smallest, yeah. Witty, I like it. No, it's
Who's pulling
he's
out?
petite.
Me?
Get up there, bring it to him. What you gonna do? All right, Vosgen, represent. So I don't stand corrected. He's petite. What size would you call those pants? Size 0 petite, right? I love Vosgen. He's one of my favorite arm wrestlers.
On deck,
I love seeing Vosgen get into a grinder mid-table. The intensity he brings. Alan Fisher's been looking really strong today. Eric Wolf seems to be his kryptonite, but look for Alan to really take it to Vosgen right now.
some of this downtime, I do want to take the opportunity to ask you eventually about the status of arm wrestling at the moment. It seems like there's a lot going on in the world of professional arm wrestling, both abroad and domestic. And I know you probably have some insight, so I'm going to ask you to share eventually.
Yeah, I've always got insight. You can ask me what color my turd was this morning. I got insight.
I don't want to know what color that was.
You get curious, you let me know.
Okay.
It's brown.
I want
Light brown.
Vazgen to win this match.
You want Vazgen, sure. You want to go for the underdog,
just to show
right?
that you know what, that he can compete with these guys. He is
no doubt
younger. To me, Alan is older. He's grayer.
Well, he used to be.
He's
balder now.
He's a bald old. No, I'm just busting out.
Oh, nice hit by Vazgen. This changes things up quite a bit.
Okay, so we have a couple minutes while they're throwing on the strap. I hate to bring up the controversy. I like to see myself as RMTV. I've always wanted to work across all sides. If you want to get political, I'd like to be, friends with everyone. That's the way I've always been. Can these multiple professional organizations coexist friendlily? Do there have to be professional arm wrestlers in one league and in another where they can't compete together? Is that destined? If arm wrestling is going to go to the next level, does it really have to be guys who have grown up in the sport together, who've loved this sport together? Does it have to be divisive where they can't still compete together? I find that a travesty. I'll be honest.
History shows us that no, they can't really coexist in different types of sports even. Arm wrestling history has shown us that there's always going to be that separation.
Even when they're friends, these are co-workers, friends, guys have arm wrestled for years,
they want
and
to
now
complain about
now they're being
rules,
asked to pick sides.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't have to pick a side. You're allowed to be a little selfish sometimes. What works for you, what doesn't, and not everything's going to work for me, and I get to choose what I want. Just like anyone else has that choice.
When it comes to arm wrestling, and I'm not saying anyone specific, I'm being generic in nature, but is it, when it comes to growing the sport of arm wrestling, is it just business?
I'm going to answer that right now. I like Vazgen in this match. I like Vazgen in this strap. Is it just business? There's a lot of business involved with it now. It looks like it's kind of leaning that way, but you know what? It's just the tip of the iceberg of where this sport can really go. Will it go there? We can only see, but there's other aspects. Look at that shit. That's amazing. Man, that was incredible.
Station identification.